And after 1.5 years, we saw that Steph Curry wore that in the CarMax advertising with our sneakers and by himself without telling and everything. And it was like, boom.
So just
I was like,
organically,
yeah,
Steph wore the sneakers
in CarMax advertising.
in CarMax ad. That's crazy. So it was like, millions of people saw your sneakers on
Yeah.
TV and you didn't pay a cent for that.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
the best kind of marketing there is, right?
Money talks, let's keep it real.
Welcome back to Money Talks. Today we are with George, the founder of CROSTY. That's how you say it, right?
Yep.
So you are from Georgia,
Yeah.
which is a country in Eastern
Europe.
Europe.
Right.
And you created this luxury footwear and eyewear brand, and you're now launching in the US.
Yeah. Exactly.
So super exciting. I'm really curious to talk to you because I think luxury goods and fashion is something that so many people want to do, and it just seems almost impossible to start and tap into it. And your story is especially interesting because, like you said, you're from a country, you're a refugee, and it's like the complete opposite from where you come from, like luxury goods and consumerism and all that. So how'd you get into that industry? How'd you start?
Okay, it's cool. Good start. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I'm from Georgia, and so our country is not connected quite to luxury fashion, but so our motivation to create the luxury footwear brand, sneaker brand was we wanted to create a product and brand which can be a global brand, so with global potential. That's why we came to, if we want to achieve it, we need to create a super high quality products. So this brand we founded in 2015 with my brother, and we started manufacturing locally in small like shoe factory. But after we decided to move everything to Italy, so we are producing everything in Italy, and I'm 100% agree that super hard to create a luxury brand. It's super like money heavy business. It needs a lot of investments, but so impossible is nothing. You should start from zero, and you can achieve it if you really want.
So what were you and your brother doing in Georgia before you started in 2015? Were you working another job?
Yeah, so I'm branding and marketing specialist. I work as well. I have a lot of experience in graphic design as well, and my brother is e-commerce specialist. So together so I know how to build the brands. He knows how to make good quality e-commerce. So we together started this brand, but at the moment I did not know anything about the footwear manufacturing. So it was just our motivation to create some good own product. So we learned it in the process, like 1 year, 2 years. So I went in Italy. I learned all the processes of manufacturing and high quality manufacturing in Italy. They have industrial zone for luxury footwear in Civitanova Marche, and there are a lot of factories. So in one city they have a leather and material factory, so outsole factory, and the sneaker factory, the shoe factory, everything in one zone. So I went there and I learned all processes, bring to Georgia, and we started to creating that.
So before you started, you had like no experience in manufacturing. Did you have money before?
Actually, we started with my brother, like with our own resources. It was $5,000 for the start.
Was that a lot of money to you at the time?
What?
Was $5,000 when you started like a lot of money?
Yeah, for us it was like our savings.
Okay.
So
you went all
yeah,
in.
Yeah, but I always knew that we need go to the investment steps, because of if we need to create global brand, it needs a lot of cash, right? And with 5,000, we created the product, the sample, we created the e-commerce, we created brand strategy by my like experience and everything. We knew who we are, what is brand's DNA, what we wanna do. We have a sample. We like tested the manufacturing as well, and after we go to the investment round.
So, okay, so you started with 5,000, started creating the prototypes, put up your store. Were you right away like pre-selling or something to try and get some revenue back?
So we started from pre-order.
Okay.
Right. We sold just I don't know 30 pairs.
Okay.
or
At
35.
how much is each shoe?
It's now it's a retail price at 350 around the US dollars.
Okay.
But when we started, it was a little bit low.
We'll show the shoe.
Yeah.
George gifted me a pair. So this is, what's this model called?
This model called Onda. Onda means wave in Italian, and it's inspired by the like mountains and waves and nature. Like our brand talks about freedom, and this collection is like inspiration comes from when you connected with the like nature, you feel your freedom. That's angle of the concept of the collection.
So, okay. So just back to like getting started with the business. So you did pre-orders, sold about 30 pairs. So you knew, okay, we have, what's that, like $10,000 in pre-orders.
Yeah, idea was to test the product, get feedbacks from the customers.
Yeah.
So we like started. So we started from 100 pairs. We produced 100 pairs. It was super difficult because of in Italy, you can't buy 100 outsoles. It's impossible. They are starting the minimum MOQ from 1,000. So I wrote maybe 22 emails to like, guys, please, I need only 100 for like test collection, and I promise that every my next order will double. So somehow I bought a 100 so outsole from them. They took all the components to Georgia, and we produced a 100 sneakers. So idea was just test some sales, the feedbacks, and after we knew that we need some investor to continue the brand.
I remember it's funny you say that. It brings back memories. I used to have a cookie company, and it was the same. It's that chicken and egg thing where it's like you go to big manufacturers and they're like, okay, well, we have a minimum order quantity of, with cookies, it's like hundreds of thousands of cookies, and you're like, well, I don't have that. But then you go to stores and they're like, well, we need to see samples. And you're like, and what's your costing? And it's like, you don't really know and it's that chicken egg thing where it's like, you need to get the stores to commit to buy it, to go back to the manufacturer to get them to manufacture. And you can order a certain quantity. But to do that, you need to know you have the demand. So it's that constant chicken egg. I was always like creating samples, bringing them to stores, being like, it's going to be kind of like this, but our price will be around this. And then you go back, okay. And then it's a really tough position, but that's cool. You pulled it off. So
yeah, nothing easy, but it's quite interesting adventure for us because we are from the very, very small country, and like seeing your product now. We have a lot of celebrities now. Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell, Clay Thompson wore our sneakers.
That's really cool.
Sofia Richie and like a lot of people. We had really, really good press coverage in US as well. And it's when you are like sitting in the Eastern Europe, in Georgia, and see the activities, it's quite super inspirational and motivational.
Yeah. And you had, so at what point did you raise money? What year? Right away or?
It was 2016. We raised first investment.
And you have some high profile investors like Zaza Pachulia.
Yeah, Zaza Pachulia.
NBA player who's also from Georgia.
Sure.
So he's supporting a local brand. That's really cool.
Yeah, actually we have a very funny and inspirational story. When he won first NBA championship, we just made the shoe sizes in US, I don't know, maybe 17. So in Europe sizes is 50 and a half. So we made a special edition sneakers. We sent it as a gift that he won, like
Just like thank you
yeah,
for the country
from
kind
the
of
country like that, and he loved it. And after he came back to Georgia, he like called us to wanted to like thank you and like meeting with us. And after he said he want to be involved in our company, and oh, he made what we wanna do, what we want to make, right? He like from Georgia won the 3-time NBA, so he made Georgian thing global.
Yeah.
So we are making the same. That's
cool.
like it's quite
Putting it on the map.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome. And was getting Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and like other NBA players wearing it, is that through Zaza? Does that happen like that?
Yeah, with NBA players all through Zaza. He's like helping us on US market for sure, and like it's really big thing for us.
That's awesome. It's like it's cool when you just do nice things and be like, yeah, let's gift him some, because we really fuck with him, and then it's like it ends up being like changing the whole trajectory of your company and everything. It's cool.
Yeah, and we had a very fun story with Steph Curry as well. So after 1.5 year, so we gifted the sneaker, this model Honda, and after 1.5 year, we saw that Steph Curry wore that in the CarMax advertising with our sneakers.
Oh,
And by himself without telling and everything, and it was like boom. It was crazy.
so just organically,
Yeah.
Steph wore the sneakers
In CarMax advertising
in CarMax ad.
with like huge coverage in the television of US.
That's crazy. So it was like, millions of people saw your sneakers on
Yeah.
TV, and you didn't pay a cent for that.
Yeah.
And you just
Yeah,
wore them.
it is
That's
great.
the best kind of marketing there is, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's not converting in sales directly, but it's really like converts in brands like promotion, image, and level of the brand. So it's very good.
So, how big is CROSTY now? Like, how many pairs of shoes are you selling a week or month or?
So we have
Because you have e-commerce, you have the retail in Georgia.
Yeah, we have
Now
flagship.
you have e-commerce you just launched in the U.S. and soon you're going to have a retail in the U.S. in L.A.
Yeah. So our aim, so we are selling almost like 5,000 pairs yearly. The sneakers from 5 to 8. We are still on emerging point, but so our first goal is to achieve in US like 1,000 monthly sales for after first 6 months, and after we will open the store. That for Georgia, our price point is super premium and luxury.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like affordable for the all the people.
Mm-hmm.
But for US, I think 350 US
LA,
dollars
it's
is
like you're like a bargain.
Yeah. But
Cheapest thing on Rodeo Drive for sure,
yeah, and the product produced in Italy with this quality, with this like 100% rubber and leather and everything, its retail price should be from 500 to 600.
Yeah, no, I look, the quality is insane. I mean,
that's why our strategy is direct to customer or DTC, so we can do like lower prices when we have our e-commerce and our sales channels. It's affordable for us.
So you don't sell to any like retail accounts or anything, but it's only your own online store.
Yeah, not yet, but I think we will start working on it to like we will put our sneakers to the stores for brand positioning, like stores that can like position our brand on the designer sneaker category. So we are designer sneaker, not for every day. We are for people who knows about fashion shows, about like Paris, Milan. That's kind of people.
I like that you chose to do a really high end thing and you just keep it like that and just like keep,
Yeah.
like place importance on the quality and the longevity with the brand, not like selling out. That's a mistake a lot of brands make, I made that mistake with my brand, trying to sell out too fast and compromise it, Okay, so basically we said 5 to 8,000 pairs a year.
Yeah.
So that's like 1.5, 2.5 million revenue. That's awesome, by the way. That's,
For emerging level.
yeah, no, it's something to be proud of, Can you share like now, so you did the shoes. Now you're doing eyewear, which, by the way, those are my two favorite products. I got all these sneakers, all these sunglasses. I'll show you after. So this is, just my two favorite products is what you make. Can you share like anything about the margins on sneakers or like eyewear or how they compare or?
It's around 75%. Like for the Italian production was quite expensive. So the pricing for the eyewear and the footwear are almost same because of the eyewear super high quality Italian acetate. We are producing the sunglasses in the same factory with Saint Laurent, Dior, like Off-White, Armani, or all this stuff, luxury stuff producing in the same factory in Italy. And so why I made sunglasses is like additional product for us. Our main focus is sneakers, but I believe if you like wearing cool sneakers and cool glasses, you can wear just white tee and like black panties and like you are on style.
Yeah.
That's why I made
That's it. That's only two things you need. So about 75% profit margin on both those items.
Yeah.
That's a gross profit, obviously. And then you got to run your business and marketing expenses and all that. What are your biggest expenses, like in setting up a business like this, if someone's just setting up a fashion brand or sneakers or whatever, besides the actual cost of goods, what are your biggest expenses?
Okay, biggest expenses is marketing for sure because of to communicate with the luxury customers, it costs more because of you need to like make a high quality content, right? High quality like imagery. You need a good press coverage in high tier media. You need celebrities. You need to work with PR agency, and that's kind of everything that creates more like expenses. But so after the time when the brands come brand and the awareness of the brand, it comes back for sure.
And so is that a lot of like paid marketing, like Facebook ads type thing? Or is it more like putting money into the actual production of like photos and video shoots?
Yeah. Production and advertising as well. So now for US, most of like cash goes to advertising and digital stuff.
What's been your most successful campaign or besides the Steph Curry CarMax commercial?
For Georgia, it was when we had a U.S. Forbes coverage, the press, celebrities together. It's not only one thing, It's like some mix of the press, the placements of the product, and on the fashion, its main driver is a press. Who talks about how they talk.
Yeah.
Who is wearing.
I
That's
think
the main point.
PR is so interesting because it still works. Like when you see, everybody knows that you can hire a PR agency and they write articles. You can be in Forbes if you want. You just reach out to a writer or you pay them and you get in Forbes. But somehow being in Forbes, making a top 30 under 30 list, being written up in TechCrunch if you're a tech company is still so prestigious and people still go like, oh, wow, now I trust that brand. So do you pay a PR firm? Like, is that how it works for you guys?
Okay, for us, it works. We are paying only we have a PR agency and a monthly fee.
So they're on retainer,
But the interesting point is you need to. So when you are creating a luxury brand, you need to have strong storytelling with strong brand DNA. So everything should be super interesting. And when our PR agency pitching the editor, they need something put on the table, right? And if story is good, if like brand DNA and values is like strong and consistent and everything, so then you can be on every high tier media without paying anything.
Yeah, so it kind of snowballs and people start talking about organically, like the Steph Curry thing. I mean, that's as
Yeah,
good as
exactly.
good as you can get. So since you're like marketing a luxury brand, are you trying to like keep it very rare? Like, is there a thought of that? Like, oh, we're gonna do this drop of this new colorway, and we're only gonna drop 80 pieces because like we want it to sell out and be hard to get. Is that part of it or no?
You know, in our production level, it still like looks like rare because of our point. So we see that we are a niche brand. We are not mass brand. Like we are a niche brand. Our maximum like in sales, what we want to achieve for US, for example, is like 500,000 pairs yearly in production and in sales.
What did you say?
500,000,
500
half mil.
500,000
Yeah,
pairs.
pairs.
Okay.
Different, like we have now we have 3 models, and we will have
So like
maximum
100 times
Yeah.
what you're doing now would be
Yeah.
what you
Yeah,
that would be
that's
what
our
you
goal.
aspire to.
That's we believe in because of in US.
That's pretty big. There's like $300 million a year or $200 million a year.
Yeah, but market is huge. You know, sneaker market
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
US is 72 billion.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
half mil pairs, it's nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, you're going for that top tier specific niche. Yeah, I think it's so interesting. I mean, like, I just heard a whole thing on Bernard Arnault, and like, I think he's the richest person in the world or up there. And yeah, I mean, those brands just like stay at the top and they keep innovating, and the profit margins are amazing compared to other businesses. And all you have to do is kind of like babysit that brand and make sure that you know keep it strong in consumers' minds. So besides the content, the advertising and stuff, what do you think, like product wise and whatever, what are you guys doing that's like making you keep that really high end luxury brand? Obviously the quality, but
Yeah. So what makes us like different as a brand is our values and its brand DNA. Because of so our main mission, the brand main mission is inspire freedom. So as I told you, so me and my brother, refugees from the region of Abkhazia that occupied by Russia, and like it's very sensitive for us, and it's the message what we want to spread around the world and inspire the people for struggle for freedom. And every our collection, so every collection, every sneaker, we have different models as well. Everything connected with this main value and consistency of the talking, communication, creating collection. It's quite a big brand architecture that makes you like a premium brand, right? You need the consistency, and you need to always focus on the main value of the brand. For example, as I told you, that model inspired by nature and freedom, and like I like snowboarding as well, and you can see the trails of snowboarding lines in design as well on the side. And we have another model named the Draw. Draw means time. And when I created the collection, I wanted to. So my message was, I think time is super important part of the freedom. It's the main stuff. You know, you need time. Time is one of the free thing that goes and nothing can stop the time. And we created a product with when the production ends in Italy, the cleaning stuff, and before they are putting in the box, before boxing the product, they have clock there, and on each pair on the toe, they are writing exact time of before packaging. So 10:55 in Europe time, and each sneaker have unique time on with special leather marking.
oh wow.
So when you're wearing the product, you know the brand talks about freedom. The product name is time, and each product have unique time. And you like reading the message that we want to inspire your freedom. It's like I think it's huge and like strong message for the people
That's really
to
cool. The
start,
detail.
to start struggling for freedom right now, because we don't have much time in life.
That's really cool. So I want to hear a lot about Georgia and how you grew up and how it's different from the U.S. I mean, now you've seen it through like you own a brand and you're bringing it here, but you said most people in Georgia can't afford your product. What are some things that just stand out as like the huge differences between like life there and here?
Yeah, there are a huge difference because of like economics stuff, and we had a lot of now people talking about Ukraine. So we love the Ukraine people, and we are a lot of supporting, and our brand supporting the refugees from Ukraine as well. But Russia did with Georgia same thing twice in last three times in last 20 years. It was war, and after war it's difficult to like, and the Russian influence in the country as well, they don't want to like be Georgia be strong, and that's quite makes little bit country economic stuff is weak, but we are still struggling for our freedom in this country.
And so what does that kind of feel like day to day, like living there, growing up there?
The childhood was a little bit difficult because of we was a refugee. Our family from like we after went back to the occupied region when I was 12, and it was difficult to live in occupied region with these aggressive Russian soldiers, and it was like if some car coming on the street, you should run and hide and stuff, and it was terrible.
It's crazy.
But now our new generation, Gen Z and stuff, they are like, everything is globalized, the internet and stuff, and we have quite good creative people. I think that times make, we have a lot of talented people and creative people. The creative director of Balenciaga is Georgian as well.
Cool.
Vasalia. So he's from the same region of Abkhazia as well.
How hard is it to leave? Like, let's say like you like you're in LA now, you might move here or you might stay here, but how hard is it just to like leave at any point? Like for people there, is it a money thing? Is it like hard to get the money to leave or?
No, I think no. At the moment, it's not too hard to leave. It's everything there if you want, and if you have like you have a lot of opportunities to like create product. So we created a premium brand from Georgia, right? So it's not quite difficult, but market is really, really, really small. To make a good business, it's too difficult. But for incubation, for testing market, you're creating a premium brand, it's like not affordable in your country, and it comes good and it's doing good. After you can like take it in US and the other countries as well.
So you were saying like most people there can't afford your product. What's kind of like what do people earn in Georgia? I'm just curious, like kind of what. Obviously, that's a big range, but
average salary there is 1,000 US dollars
a month.
a month.
1,000. Okay. I don't
From
know what
from
it is here.
800 from one house.
Okay, so a lot less than the U.S.
Yeah. And when you have like 800 average salary, you can buy the sneakers.
$300 shoes.
Yeah, that's why.
That makes sense. Is like living expenses and stuff way lower, like rent or buying a house or something?
Yeah, sure. They are lower, quite lower. Like in Georgia, maybe I don't know really in numbers, but it's low. It's low.
Okay. It's crazy. It's different.
Like for me to came from Georgia, like expenses for me, LA is twice expensive. Like
Okay.
living here.
Okay, interesting. Cool. So, is CROSTY what you want to do for the rest of your life? You don't have to say. You don't have to decide right now. But I'm just curious if that's your plan, or if you're like, oh, I might do other things.
I don't know, but I believe that I'm doing the correct stuff because of my motivation to create brand was I want to create my own product that could be go global, and I'm making my childhood dream now, and I feel happy. I'm making this brand with my brother, with my little brother, and it's like super emotional for me. At the moment, I think I will do it long time.
Yeah.
But if I do something other stuff, it will be in fashion for sure. Maybe some mini LVMH like.
Yeah.
Or
hey, look, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you look at, because everybody always says, fashion's bad business to go in whatever. And then you see like people who create these timeless brands. And then the richest guy in the world is in fashion. So I think you can be very successful. And yeah, I really admire your vision, like how you came from Georgia and you had this vision, like I want to create a product, super high quality, the brand, and you just like executed on it and built it up. Now you're here growing it. I mean, it's inspiring. It's cool, man.
Yeah, thank you. That's our mission, to inspire people.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming and sharing your story and your business stuff. One more question. What do you think a lot of people, young people want to start a clothing brand, sneakers, sunglasses, make product, right? What's kind of the first 3 steps? What are the first things they should just do? Because I feel like people just don't know where to even go. Like you said, manufacturing stuff and stuff. What can people do first to start?
Okay, so if they want to create a brand, not just product, it's 2 different stuff. Manufacturing and the producing and the making brand, it's 2 different kind of business, So we wanted to create brand. Some people want just like produce t-shirts, like it's not a brand, it's just a product. My advice who wants to create brand, it's to find the value inside of himself they want to talk. So brand is brand is value, right? And the messages and the communications and stuff. First they should find that value that connected with founders and the brand as well, and after started manufacturing. So manufacturing is quite like super difficult stuff, but you can start, and so we are learning on every our mistakes, so you can start with 0.
Like you guys, I love it.
Yeah,
cool, man. Appreciate you coming on.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
that was super fun.
That's good. Thank you for the shoes.
Thank you, bro.
Cool.
Brooklyn.